Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for tuning in. I'm Lorraine. I am an experienced and professional holistic and spiritual counselor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling, mentorship, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. And I also offer astrology birth charts. All details are in the description box below this video. Just check it out. Or alternatively, check out the New Earth Community website. And that link can be found in the description box also. So let's dive in there and let's see what messages the universe has for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. And also, let's see what messages the universe has for you about your person. So once again, guys, let's deep dive and let's do this. So we're going to come in with the now, what's going on now, what you may need to know now. So let's go. Wow. I actually think we're coming in with yourself at this point in time, collective. Either viewer, I should say, here. You're coming in with facing challenges here. Stepping outside of a comfort zone. Now, yes, I know, I talk about that a lot here. Preparing yourself here. Alright, so let's go. So you're coming in with the Magician card. The Magician card is Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and in this particular card, Mercury rules your 6th house of, I do say mental health and well-being, but I want to just deep dive into that as well, guys, and work here. And it can come in as here, guys, because you're talking about self-mastery when you come in with the Magician card here. And what it can talk about in both those cases, self-mastery, mental health and well-being and work, here, guys, it's about doing things here, taking that approach, taking a particular action here, guys, that puts you out there, that takes you out of that comfort zone, the comfort zone in which you are already in, and it's quite comfortable where you are. You've kind of, well, you've mastered that here in a sense here, guys. Yeah, I would say it took a lot of hard work here to get to where you are and what you know about your craft here. Now, this is talking about here in your reading what else you need to do here, what you can do more of here in terms of that approach. And then when I talk about what you can do more of here, guys, that more is about, like I said, coming out of that comfort zone here. And yeah, of course, it can be about being your true authentic self here, but it really comes down to here, if I was to pinpoint it, how to maintain that positive momentum here. See, with the Magician card coming in here, Virgo, what it can talk about here is that you've reached a point where I've done everything that I set out to do, but I still want more. I still want to, it's like I want to see more happening for me here. That's what this is talking about. So what it also talks about here in terms of self-mastery, it talks about, you know, that maintaining here, that maintenance in a sense here, guys. You have everything that you need. You have the tools. And so you've used those tools. You've cultivated here. Success in a way. Success, of course, here. And that really depends on yourself when you look back on where you started, from hence you begun here, to the person that you are today. But there is still more room for growth, personal growth here, self-identity here, self-individualization here, standing out. All right, guys, standing out from the crowd. So how do I do that here? So you're really coming in with mentoring as well. Here, book an image reading, tarot reading with me. All right, guys, if you want to know the difference between the two, check out the details in the description box below. Because you may not be sure, or, yeah, sure, your next steps here towards success, your success. This, like I said, this forward, this positive momentum that you have gained over time. I do get here it's kind of stopped here. Of course, this could have to do with your person as well here in your reading, and so it's maybe a lull period here. All right. There's that I want that excitement again. I want to build my confidence the way in which I did in the past here. You know, those, it comes in as those stepping stones of I've come this far, so what else do I need to do to keep it moving for myself here? And it really comes down to challenging yourself to, in doing something that you wouldn't normally do. Hence why you come in with the Strength card here. Yeah. See, with the Magician card here in your reading, it talks about owning it. It talks about being the product, being what you're trying to create. And I'm not saying that you're not, but what it's talking about here in your reading is, what are the next steps? What can I do more of here? And the more here, guys, is, like I said, that comfort zone, coming out of that comfort zone here. Okay, so like I said before, you're coming in with the Strength card. The Strength is Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun here. Okay, right? Yeah. And so Leo rules, the sun rules your 5th house here, of pleasure, creativity here, guys. It's really everything that I've already spoken about in terms of the Magician card, in terms of stepping outside of that comfort zone, because you already have stepped outside of it. But you've come to a point where what you're doing at this point in time here, guys, doesn't make you feel the same way in which it did when you first started. That excitement here, that interest, that drive, that motivation here. All right, right? And so when you're coming in with Leo, the Sun card here, let me just check that one out for you. Yeah, it's still there. See, what it talks about here, all right, And what I'm picking up here is that, of course, it's about the product. I just want to come in this way here, guys. Of course, it's about what you do, what you offer here, coming in with the Magician card. But it also talks about you. Not hiding behind the product here. Actually being that product. That's what it talks about here in your reading. And coming out of that comfort zone here, guys, where the product actually worked for you, okay? Now, what it talks about here in your reading, now you have to be the product. And there is that, you are coming in with barriers, you are coming in with blockages here, but what that is about here, guys, is... Here, guys, it comes in as patterns of thinking here. And there is still a learning curve happening here. There is still education, re-educate here, guys. Keep learning, keep the drive, keep that motivation going here. That's what I'm getting. And the way in which you feel about your person, use that to channel that into this next step, this forward momentum here. Come out of that comfort zone here, guys, and it's like hold on to that passion and desire that you have for your person, but now put it into the product, put it into yourself, allow that to be the motivating factor for yourself here. That excitement here, guys, the way in which a person makes you feel, like I said, to push you out of that comfort zone. And you may say, but I've already stepped out of my comfort zone and they pushed me out of my comfort zone. But this is saying keep going, keep that momentum going here. Don't stop. Here, guys. Yeah, your mental health and well-being here. Okay, your work. Take a different approach to how you build, to how you promote, how you market your product. That's what it's talking about here in your reading. With the Magician card, you're coming in with, most definitely a social media platform here, guys. But you're also coming in with an entrepreneur here, a humanitarian. You're coming in with that mindset here, guys. Building that foundation here, grounding it here in your reading. Bringing it into your reality here. Now, let's move into the obstacles and challenges. I think I've already nailed it here, guys, the obstacles and challenges, but let's deep dive here. Yeah, of course. I mean, quite literally, with both the Magician and the Strength card, it can talk about the strength to. All right, guys, the strength to create here. But, I love the Strength card. I see it as one of the, it's a beautiful card to get here. Because once again, it takes strength to go and do what you want to do. It takes confidence here, guys. But how are you going to build that confidence? You got to face adversity, your own challenges here. You have to face your own fear here. The fear to be seen, the fear to be noticed, the fear to be known. All right, the next step. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, the strength to take it to another level here, guys. I would say here in your reading, you may feel a little bit awkward here, the awkwardness of what this next step may entail here, which could very well mean getting out there in front of people's faces here and talking about what you do, what you have to offer here. It's not a full-on conversation here, guys. It's about offering that service. All right, this is what it, you know, the sacrifice. So the sacrifice here in your reading, well, would be oneself here, of course, here, guys. But we were to deep dive there. Here. The sacrifice here, guys, is to leave the past behind. The outdated belief system, the program here. I do think we'll get that in the obstacles and challenges, but let's go. Let's do this. Okay. Last one. Alright, we were getting the moon. Okay, so you have the Two of Cups. You also have the Two of Swords, and you were coming in with the Moon card. The Moon card here, guys, is Cancer. The Moon rules. I also see the Moon as Pisces here, guys. However, we'll come in with Cancer. Okay, the Moon rules your 4th house, your private life. I get that this is your person. And the obstacles and challenges they may be facing at this point in time. Ooh. With the Moon card coming out for your person here, see that am I right? Here. There's a lot your person is going through. There's a lot here. What I mean by a lot in terms of the Moon card, it has to do with the Magician here in your reading. It's about what your person has created, what's coming into their reality here. It's the fruition here, guys. Now, coming in with the Moon card here, a lot of what it's a blow to your person here. I know most people would say ego here, bruised ego. It's not so much a bruised ego. It's gone beyond that point for your person here. It comes in, well, with the Moon card here, see, this Moon card for your person it's a self-realization here about the choices, the decisions and the movements here that they have made. And it talks about what motivated your person, what pushed your person here to take certain action. And what's coming in terms of the Moon card here for your person is, it's the intention. What did they want out of it here? There's a lot. And not only that, here it talks about what was it that they were avoiding and what did they avoid and ignore here. Yeah, of course, they wanted to take the action here, guys. Okay, they took that action, but in terms of a self-realization for your person, now they realize why they took the action here and what that action involved here, guys. Yeah, by taking that certain action. Now, this could have been towards other people, intimate partners here, businesses, you know, options, opportunities for your person. And what it can talk about there is for your person. Yeah, of course, they jumped into it here. And the intention here for your person was things to go along sweet. It was a sweet move. It was a good move. It was positive here. But what it also talks about here for your person is, like I said, that self-realization, but it also comes in as those intuitive nudges here. I would say here your person didn't second guess themselves, but they may not have prepared themselves either. And what I mean by prepared themselves here, guys, is that they may not have prepared themselves for what could happen here, or what could happen if it didn't go to plan. And because it didn't go to plan, the effect that it had on your person. So there were no steps put in place. That preparation here. The gaslighting, the judgment here, guys. Here, the disappointment here. Not so much preparing themselves, of course, and that is, it's good that you do that here. Not preparing themselves in terms of what they're going to say here. It's about preparing themselves and how they're going to feel if it doesn't go to plan here. And so you go through, when you take a certain action, and you go for something that you want here, you plan to go for it. Yeah, that's what you're planning. You make sure you have all the tools, everything that you need to get that, let's say, career path, let's say job here. Okay, but you don't prepare yourself in terms of how you're going to feel when you don't get it, when you face rejection here, failure here, guys, disappointment here, self-hate here. That's what I'm getting with the moon card. I'm not saying here in your reading for your person, because you're coming in with self-mastery, you're coming in with someone who is enthusiastic, but you're also coming in with someone who has a good attitude, who knows how to take the correct action here. Okay, right? Now, this is what's happening with your person. Now, what it also talks about here in your reading is that each avenue that your person goes down, they're facing that. That's what they're facing here, guys. And when it's self-doubt, low self-esteem, self-confidence, that's where the blow is coming in here, guys. And so what you do, something you may want to think about doing, because this could also be yourself here, is, like I said, reach out, book an image reading, tarot reading with me. Check out the details in the description box as to what both entail. Here, the differences between the two here, guys, and we can move into counselling, as I am not just a tarot reader here. You're coming in with, in terms of those steps here, guys, how to reframe the mind here. But not only that, here in your reading, but how to take the action, yeah? What kind of action should I take here? This is what it talks about here. And to keep that positive momentum, keep going here, and not allowing the failure, the rejection here, the disappointment to stop you. And I spoke about that with the Magician card in the beginning. Here, guys. Because it can. Disappointment, let's be real about it. Disappointment, failure, rejection, it will impact on your life, your decision making here. And it also impacts on your physical appearance here, guys. Something else that's coming in here. Your mental health and your well-being here in your reading. Now you're also coming in with the Two of Cups and the Two of Swords here. Yeah. See, that Strength card is really about the Two of Swords here. It comes in as, you know, you're not going to please everybody. You know some people aren't going to be interested here. And people may even gaslight. Alright, guys? But don't allow it to stop you. Keep moving forward. Keep that, keep that positive frame of mind here. Because you can't control other people, what other people think. So what I'm getting with the Two of Swords here. See, the Two of Cups for your person, and I even think this is yourself as well. This is what you want. It comes in that way. This is what I want. It's what I want to be successful here. But I spoke about here putting putting that passion, that drive, and even your person here, okay, putting it into something that that builds you here, that builds confidence here, stepping outside of that comfort zone here in your reading. You know, working on that inner critic here, guys, giving it a name, keeping it separate from yourself here, so that it is something separate outside of yourself, that inner critic here that says, I'm not good enough. And saying to yourself, well, there goes that inner critic again, or there goes judgment again. So there's a lot that you can be doing or focusing on at this point in time. Alright, guys, so let's come in with the potential outcome. Okay, you got 3 twos here, guys. You have the Two of Wands, okay. You have the Four of Swords, and you also have the High Priestess here. The High Priestess, once again, is Cancer here. Cancer is ruled by the Moon. I also see there's other ways in which I would can see the High Priestess here. Okay, let's keep going here. Both you and your person could be going through similar things here, but on a separate, but you don't know it here. You both could be dealing with some issues here, guys, in your environment. But I would say here in your reading, coming in with the High Priestess, is that you're connecting the dots here It's like, I know I need to do something. I know I need to do something more here. I know I'm not working hard enough. I should be taking these steps. I'm going to take these steps here. This is what I'm going to do. Everything that I spoke about here, guys, in terms of failure, in terms of rejection, you're well aware of it with the High Priestess here. But you also know how here, guys, to manage and cope with that self-critic here. Yeah, disappointments. You already have things in place, or you're putting steps in place here. When I spoke about the Magician card and I spoke about the Strength card here, could very well have a social media platform here, guys. You could also work in an environment where it utilizes your skills here in terms of self-mastery here. That could very well be your business. See, that's kind of separate to what's going on here. Yet there are connections, yeah? There are connections I can make here for both you and your person. All right, so the Two of Wands. I get that this is your person. Here. With the Four of Swords coming in, it comes in as here, guys. So this is what I need to do. This is your person. This is what I need to do, because you're coming in as already doing it. The Four of Swords, healing after heartbreak. Heartbreak could very well be disappointment, rejection, failure here, guys. All right, gaslighting here. Seeing past that here in your reading. That's what I'm getting with the Four of Swords. It comes in as letting go of the past here. Getting ready. Preparing yourself. You're coming in as, I just still want to keep moving. I just want to build what I have here. I do want to step outside of my comfort zone. That's what the High Priestess is talking about here. All right, so let's come in with advice. Justice. It just is here, guys. Okay, Justice is Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus, and in this particular case with the Justice card, Libra, it rules your 7th house of building partnerships here. It just is, in a sense. It can be seen as change, it can be seen as balance here in your reading. It can be seen as justice, yes, here. See, what this talks about here in your reading is that only you can make the changes. Only your person can make the changes here. You have everything that you need. So what are you going to do with it? What are you going to build with it? Same with your person. They have the know-how. All right. That's what I'm getting with Justice. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Yep. Thank you for your reading. And I'll catch you later. Bye.